This right here is a prototype of my battery killer XL. If you're unfamiliar, over the past few months I've been developing a product called the battery killer. For right now, we are talking all about this prototype battery killer XL. I recently have been messing around with these lipo packs. These are 3.7 volts, 5000 mAh lipo packs, which is similar to essentially what you would get from a dual 18650 power output. In person, they are a lot larger than what I expected them to be. I thought they were going to be a little bit more narrow and a little bit more fat. I wasn't expecting them to be this wide. These are chunky boys. See, in sizes, the battery killer is very small. This is a very small mod. To put this into perspective, this is the Airbar Diamond Box. The battery killer is smaller than the Airbar Diamond Box in every dimension. I was thinking maybe with the lipo packs would be going to like a medium-sized mod. Nope, we're in large Larry territory. So let's build it. So in CAD, I've measured the size of the lipo pack I'm trying to fit in here and made just a box that is the same dimensions as the lipo pack. Then I extended a battery killer model to fit the lipo pack, and then I printed it out. However, I have made a mistake on my first pass of this, and I have to go bigger because I did not account for how low a spring-loaded 510 pin goes. If you've never built a mod before, you may not know this, but when you screw down your atomizer on a device, so I have an RDA right here, this is the Vortex 30mm, I screw it down on my battery killer right here or any other device, and unless it's a hybrid style mod, then this pretty much holds up for every vape device out there. There is your main contact pin that makes contact with the positive of your RDA is spring loaded, and when you screw something down, it pushes that down. And that's always a variable because different RDAs have different lengths of 510 pin. Once it was all printed out, it looks super cool, and I really like this green filament. From there, it was time to start assembling the mod. All basic mod components here. The big difference is there's a lipo pack. And recently we have upgraded our Type-C chargers. In the Light Designs Hammond mods and a few other mods I built in the past, I didn't have access to Type-C chargers with overcharge protection. Now we have these cool little microchips. One thing I am forgetting here, because my experience is building mods that you take the batteries out of, I forgot to put an off button in this loop. So when the battery killer XL comes out, I'm planning on doing a very limited run of these. When these do come out, I'm going to put an on-off switch into the loop. But this one's just for me and to kind of figure out if I like this design and if this is something that I feel would be cool and to add to my mod line. So I get it all soldered and assembled, and it looks okay for a prototype. This isn't a production model, so I'm not too worried about the cleanliness of my solders. This one is just for me. The one that goes out to you guys is obviously going to be meticulously, super clean solders and super clean bonds, but this one's just for me to figure out if I like using this mod. I get it all together and it's not working, but it is working. It's very strange. I check the resistance on a multimeter and I'm getting plenty of power through the switch, plenty of power through the 510 connector, plenty of power in the entire mod. But when I screw down an RDA, a tank, a sub-ohm tank, I screwed down so many different things on this, nothing will fire. These lipo packs up here, up that very top where those two contacts are, you see up here, there's this like little microchip in between the contacts. Here's one contact, the other contact, and then there's like a green little microchip right there. What that microchip does is protects against big power spikes. And this is something that I dealt with when I made the trash can mod a couple months ago. So I very nervously resoldered the lipo pack. And I figure since we're already here resoldering the lipo pack, why not make it out of hardline solid core copper wire to get the most possible power out of this that you can do. I think a common misconception in the vapor industry is the amount of engineering work it takes to make a product, and make a product that's bulletproof too. As someone who does this every day, I do vape engineering every single day, so I am constantly revamping and changing and rebuilding prototypes, and I think as prototypes go for a first draft, this is a pretty decent first draft, and something that I'm going to use for the next few weeks and see if it's something that I feel that we should add to the mod line. I've never had this battery fully charged yet, and I also left this off the charger all night last night. But to charge it, you just plug it in and it stands upright like that. It's got a charge indicator light in there. Right now, it's just kind of doing its thing. Right now it's charging, and it's got a little red light indicating that it's charging, and when it is good, it should turn blue. And then the door works the same as all the other battery killer mods. Well, now that we have a working device, let's try some juice. Today we're going to be trying X-Rated from our friends over at Excision. Now, X-Rated is a blueberry yogurt flavor. It's been a long time since I've had a blueberry juice. There's been a couple that I've really liked out on the market, but it's been so long since I've had one that I think today's a good day to give it a try. Here is what the box looks like. I love that these come in these super cool boxes. I am all about that. And for this juice tasting, I'm going to be using my Vortex 30mm RDA. This is my favorite RDA right now. All right, let's give you guys the crack. I can't open. Oh no, I can't get this child cap off. I can't do it. I can't get it off. I've been doing this 11 years at this point, and I've never had this happen before. I'm going to very gently and delicately remove this cool looking label. Okay. I recently got a shipment of brand new super cool bottles for my own juice line. Okay, I mean, it's not as cool as their bottles, but it will work. I'm sorry. I don't want things to be this way, but I can't break the seal. I did it. So without further ado, Excision's slightly altered appearance, X-Rated, Battery Killer XL, Vortex 30mm RDA. Cheers. Wow, this mod has power. The blueberry on this is very good. It's like a juicy blueberry. I'm not getting a lot of the yogurt note. I would like it if there was a little bit more of a pungent yogurt texture to it. A blueberry yogurt is typically blueberries with a very pungent, kind of creamy, milky yogurt texture to it. This has a beautiful blueberry note to it. A beautiful, juicy, ripe blueberry. It is delicious on the blueberry side, but I am not getting any of the yogurt. And I know the Excision juices are very, very good. I've crushed an entire 60 ml of Robo Kitty cream in like 2 days. Like, I love that juice so much. And I know their juices are very, very good. So I thought it might have been something on my end that I'm not tasting any of this yogurt. I messed with my build a little bit to make sure that my coil leads were nice and tight and everything was good. And I am just not getting any of that yogurt texture, which is a bummer because I was looking forward to that yogurt texture. I'm just getting a really nice blueberry. No real cream behind it, which is unfortunate. No pungent kind of punch of a yogurt. Just a nice blueberry, which, you know, as it stands is a nice juice. You know, it's a nice blueberry juice. It's not overly sweet. It's very mild on the flavor, so you could vape this all day without, you know, being overwhelmed by it. But I was kind of hoping for this to have a heavier body than what it does. It's a very light juice. Put it like this: if you want a really good blueberry flavor, check out X-Rated from our friends over at Alt0 and Excision. I think you guys did an awesome job with the blueberry notes. I would have loved it if there was a sweet cream behind it, or even like a Bavarian cream of sorts. So with all that being said, I think I'm gonna wrap things up here. Thank you again, Alt-Zero and Excision. You guys are awesome. My recommendation for checking out a juice from their line is Robo Kitty Cream. That juice is incredible. I have their full line here, so we're going to be trying all the flavors from their line. As it stands, I'm sorry to give kind of a negative review. I don't like putting out negative reviews, but I do blind taste testings for things, and that's sometimes how it goes. I don't think this is a bad juice, but I don't think the recipe really lives up to calling it a blueberry yogurt. It's just a good blueberry juice. Let me know your thoughts and opinions about the Battery Killer XL. If this is a mod that you would like me to produce and you would like to pick up, please let me know down in the comments and I'll get to engineering and I'll throw it up on the website. Speaking of the website, check out lightdesignsllc.com to get you a cool t-shirt and some other stuff. So with all that being said, I hope you guys have a great day and I will see you on the next one. Bye everybody. Thank you.